Hello, church family, and today we're going to be in Luke chapter 6, verses 27 through 36. Ohio, which means good morning in Japan, because it is morning right now in Japan. It's about 6:30 in the morning here, and we have a team here in Osaka, Japan, and we've been serving at a VBS, and it's been great. It's been wonderful. The Lord has done some amazing things here at the church, at Sweeta Church, brought salvation. It's just been a very, very wonderful time. But let's get to the Daily Devo. From our passage today, we see Jesus talking about the need of loving our enemies. This comes from some of Jesus' greatest earthly teachings when he was here on earth. Taught about several different things in this sitting, and in that sitting of teachings, loving your enemies was one of those things. And so one of the things that I want to just kind of point out there, I know that this is basic, it's simple, it may be a little cliche, it's something that we say all the time, but here's the thing: loving your enemies is a Christian thing. I know that's super simple. I know that's put very in a small way, but loving your enemies is a Christian thing. When we're taught as little children, we're taught to be kind to other people. Right? We're taught to be kind to other children, no matter what. Right? You need to be kind to those around you. You need to treat each other. And both of those individuals, when they're kids, when you're little, sometimes a little kid will be mean to another and not know any better. They end up offending somebody or hurting somebody, and they don't mean to, but it's just kind of comes out of them. They end up, maybe that kid took a toy from them, or maybe something was said about the kid, and they just lash out, right? And that's something that we learn as kids. It's like, hey, still be kind to them. Still try to make up and get over this. But as we get older, that seems to kind of all go out the door. We start to expect to be treated right and fair. And when someone acts poorly towards us, we tend to try to avoid them, or we give it right back to them. And that's not at all what Jesus taught. That's not at all what Jesus showed in the example of his life. He didn't show that at all. We're going to read that in just a second here, that loving your enemies is not something that comes with age or anything like that. It's something that, it's a Christian thing. It's something that we're called to do by Jesus. And so let's read a little bit. In verse 27 it says, "But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who abuse you." You see in that passage, there's no ages or actions that are attached to when we're supposed to just stop loving our enemies. None of that's attached to that. There's no position, like if the person is over you, like a boss or a supervisor, nothing like that. And it doesn't matter what the actions they commit to you. There's nothing in that passage that says you get to stop being a part of this mission of loving our enemies because of these actions, because they're of this age or they hold this position. Jesus says, no. Love your enemies. Love your enemies. Do good. Do good. Bless those who curse you, and pray for those who abuse you. We're supposed to take actions back towards them when people are treating us in this way. And we do this because we need to look different from the world, right? In these, we don't have time to read everything, but in those next sections, it says when somebody strikes you, turn the other cheek. When someone takes your cloak, give them your tunic also. Like, there's this attitude of action of kindness back towards someone who is mean to you or rude to you or just coming against you. You're supposed to go above and beyond and loving them back, towards them back. Point number 2, we love our enemies because Christ loves our enemies. I think sometimes we got to wrap our head around that. Christ loves your enemy. You have to get yourself to a point of where you believe that. Because when we see that, when we live from that point of view, it changes everything. It changes how we act towards individuals in our lives, especially those who are mean to us. It changes everything. In verse 32, it says, if you love those who love you, what benefit is that to you? Even the sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what benefit is that to you? Even the sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from whom you expect to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners and give back the same amount. Jesus asked a very important question. I love when Jesus asks questions. What benefit is that to you if you just love those who love you? You need to take a time and just ponder that question. I know Jesus gives us the answer here, but just think about that in your own heart. Ask that question that Jesus asked in this teaching. What benefit is to you just to associate yourself and always be around those people, those like-minded people that treat you the same, that treat you like you expect to be treated? Jesus would say that's not living in the Christian way. We need to be around those that treat us poorly sometimes, those that are our enemies. That is the work and mission of a Christian, right? That's the work to get our enemies, those who oppose God or oppose you, to see a Christ who loves them. That's what the gospel is, right? That's what the gospel is. The gospel is God's one and only Son, perfect and blameless, dying for his enemies. No matter how rebellious, nasty, angry, or selfish that individual is, Jesus died for all of his enemies. And we're included in that. At one point, we were those enemies, if you're a Christian. We were the rebellious one. We were the angry one. We were the nasty and selfish people. We were that. And so Christ is inviting us, once we understand him and endure and abide in him, that part of loving your enemies needs to become a part of our lives as well. If you're a Christian washed in the blood of Christ, Jesus is now encouraging us to live in a way like he lived for us and for all of the world. Jesus is about loving his enemies because he loved you too. And when we abide in that, when we focus in that, when we make that our point of life and the way that we view other people, it changes everything. In verse 35, he says this, but love your enemies, repeating himself, which is important to listen when he repeats himself. Love your enemies and do good and lend, expecting nothing in return. And your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High. For he is kind to the ungrateful and evil. But be merciful even as your Father is merciful. We do this because Christ did this for us. That's the gospel. That's how we can share this. That's the benefit that we get out of this, to see non-believers become believers because of our actions and our words toward them. Hey Christian, live like Christ is asking us to live here. And thank you so much again, just always tuning in to these daily devos. We love you, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.